All right, welcome back, watch fans. We have the Christie's Geneva auction preview for you today. We might be joined by special guest Bruce Lee, maybe or maybe not. But let's go through this very interesting auction here. I'm going to pick out just a couple of lots. I mean, a lot of the stuff is relatively kind of basic stuff, but there's a couple of things that caught my eye that are quite interesting. Let's go here. Actually, the Christie sale, they have like maybe five or six really standout pieces that are. Hang on a second. Is this coming up? There we go. Okay. So Richard Mille. This is okay. So this watch is made from yellow quartz TPT. Look, I think when it comes to Richard Mille, what you're looking for is you want those exotic materials. You want bright colors, exotic materials, and this watch has it all. And you get this beautiful tangerine color. It's great. What does the watch do? Who cares? I don't know. Chronograph, split seconds, function, selector, winding function. I mean, it's really. I mean, does it do a better job than I don't know, an Omega Speedmaster or Rolex Daytona? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I really don't know. Cool watch though, right? So this is $350 to $450. So basically 500. This is gonna sell for like what, 500 grand or something like that. But the only reason I bring it up here is it's just what a great color combination. This kind of orange, tangerine, and gray, baby blue, sky blue, whatever you want to call it, Tiffany blue. I mean, it's great, right? Look, I mean, look. What made Andy Warhol a great artist? He knew how to, choose the right colors, bright colors, simple forms. That's what people want, right? Okay, so let's get into the interesting stuff here. Let's get into the interesting stuff in just a second. I just want to bring up a couple of watches that, hang on a second, what do we have here? There we go. That's right. Hang on a second. Let me see if we get Bruce Lee coming in here. That's right. Don't be a window licker. And by the way, if you don't want to be a window licker, or a lollipop sucker, you want to get watches at a good price, you need to make sure that you actually, if you're looking for a vintage Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, Rolex, actually Dial Market. That's right. This channel, our marketplace, is going to have an auction coming up. Let me just show you a couple things. We actually did a preview earlier. And by the way, we have very, very reasonable prices. This is not like this Christie stuff. We got the real unbelievable but true price. I'm going to just give you a quick snapshot right here. Hang on a second. Let me just pop this up here. Let me pop this up on the screen. Again, we got to give a quick plug. Wait. How do I do this? Let me just give you a quick plug of our auction before we go to Christie. I think we got better stuff. I think we got better stuff at better prices. Where is this? What happened here? There we go. Okay. I'm just going to give you a quick look, quick peek at what we have. We have incredible prices coming up in a few weeks. Patek Philippe vintage. We got Royal Oak. That's right, Royal Oak, solid yellow gold. We got Piaget dual tone, Asprey, very rare. Rolex bluesy, two-tone, beautiful. Transition, that's the pre-ceramic. We got Rolex 9919, rare ellipse, Patek stone dials. Dial Market, mkt.com is the place. We're going to have the prices posted later. Starting prices, very reasonable prices. Now, let's go back to Christie's, because that's what we're all about here. It's the Christie sale. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about. We know we have some Rolex day-date fans, including our good friend Uzi from Pittsburgh, who Pittsburgh, that's the place that got Trump into the White House. So Uzi was probably the guy that stuffed all the ballots. this is the watch that he's a big fan of, like this style, right? And I'll tell you, this is, every time I see one of these like crazy gem set day dates, it's always interesting. And what makes this one unique, and it is a variations, is the diamonds kind of set on the dial, like the way that they're set like this. It's not the honeycomb pattern. It's I don't know what they call this pattern, but it's not my favorite pattern, but it's not bad. It's not bad, right? You got the rubies, but really it's the diamonds in the center links, which is really cool. Diamonds on the center links on the bracelet. All right, what is this going for? 35 to 55,000 Swiss francs. Is it worth it? Probably 35 grand. Again, you got the whole bunch of gem set watches here. This is kind of ridiculous because, again, this is GMT. The problem is when they do, again, with the Submariner and GMT, the whole point is you want to use that rotating bezel, the bezel. But when you put the gems in it, you don't have the numbers. It becomes confusing. So the watch is basically useless. I mean, the rotating bezel, the bezel, is useless. But it's pretty cool. I mean, this is pretty cool. Of course, we know that Chuck Yeager, famous test pilot, he's the guy that, was responsible for this layout, allegedly, of the Rolex GMT. The blue meaning, that's the what do you call it? The altitude indicator? Horizon indicator. Excuse me, the horizon indicator. The blue means up, red that's the ground. 50 to 70,000. Sounds like a good deal, right? 50 grand if you can get this. Let's see. What do we got next? Hang on, let me roll this over here. By the way, guys, make sure that you get our free weekly newsletter. The link is in the video description below. Click the link in the video description below to get a free weekly newsletter. Latest news on watch market prices and more vintage, modern, Patek, Rolex, Audemars Piguet, everything. Wow. Again, pink gold, rose gold. Again, totally useless watch. Totally useless when you have the gems on the bezel. But it looks cool. So this is my issue with this. This is my issue. My issue with these gem set watches from Rolex is it just does not work on a sports watch because you need that bezel. The bezel that's where you have all the information, whether it's the dive watch, the Submariner, the GMT, even the Daytona. You need that stuff. You need it. So the form follows function. So for me, this is always a hard pass. I mean, it's like a useless. Okay, so let's see. Royal Oak Rainbow. Who cares? I mean, really big deal. Okay, so we got a coral. Is this a coral? Pink coral? Yeah, coral dial. It's a bit of a light coral. They want that bright pink, hot pink coral is the way to go. This is not the coral that people want, really. 40 to 60,000. I don't know. Maybe it's the coral. Usually these would be a little bit more if it was a nice coral. Let's see. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. We're almost there. We're almost there. Now, what is this? Oh, okay. It's a Jasper dial. Again, Datejust white gold Jasper dial. Who else has one of these? There's another one of these coming up at auction. So there's going to be two of these, two Jasper dial. I think it's Phillips has the other one, both in Geneva. So if you're going to be in Geneva next week or this week, you can see these Jasper dial Datejust. I think Phillips also is Phillips or Sotheby's. Whatever, it's the same stuff. They also have one in what's the blue stone? Lapis. Again, they didn't make that many of them, but there's 2 of them coming up at auction, so it's going to be kind of interesting, right? 2 of the same exact watch, which allegedly is rare. I mean, it is rare. We know it's rare, but, you know, now you're going to have 2 of them. Let's keep going here. Again, this is relatively basic stuff. What is this? It's a quartz, 1974. What a fun! It's like an ellipse quartz. 12 to 18,000 with a date. This is not the best quartz, but I'll tell you what, this is going to be interesting because this might set a new benchmark price for ellipse. You know, the ellipse has been hot. That's right. The ellipse is hot, and you know, we're talking about the ellipse and earlier. And yeah, believe it or not, some people do not believe that the ellipse market is hot. I'm talking about some people in Canada that don't believe it. They wanted proof. Well, here is the proof, my friends. Here is the proof. The ellipse market is on fire. If this garbage over here has an estimate of 12 to 18,000, it tells you what's up with ellipse. Again, this is quartz. It's kind of a, I mean, I'm sorry to say this. It's. I don't want to say it's garbage. It's kind of insulting. It's not a great watch. I mean, the dolphin hands. It's just too tight. It just doesn't work. Yeah, but by the way, dial market. We're gonna have some cool ellipse watches. We have 2 beautiful ellipse watches coming up for auction in a few weeks. So go make sure you get our free newsletter to subscribe and get notifications so you can get in on the ground floor. Now, I'm going to be interested to know what this is going to sell for. The Nautilus Perpetual. I think this is the best Nautilus. If you're going to get a Nautilus, I think this is the way to go. You want the Perpetual. You want the Nautilus Perpetual. If you have to get a Nautilus, that's the way to go, my friends, is the Perpetual. Now, interestingly, I saw one of these sell for like 189,000 retail market. This was Eric Wind, our good friend, Eric Wind. 189 grand. He sold one for a full set, you know, on his website. He's not really into new watches, so I'm not sure what the deal was, but I think it was 189 was the price. And again, these are about 155 retail, I believe, plus tax and all that. So, and this is a great watch. Again, I'm not, you know, the Nautilus, I'm a little bit skeptical of, I'm a little bit cautious on where the future for Nautilus, really. I've talked about my issues with the design and everything, but this one has 120 to 200,000 estimate, meaning it very well could hammer for, let's call it 150, 160, which would make it about 180, maybe less. So again, if you're in the market for one of these, you know, don't overpay. You got to get this for under 200. Try to get it as close to retail as possible, unless you really have no patience and, you know, you want it now. But it's a beautiful, beautiful watch. I think probably if you're going to get a Nautilus, that's the only Nautilus to get, honestly. Or you got to go vintage. Either you got to go vintage 80s, 1980s, early 90s. That's it. That's the cutoff point. 1992 is the cutoff point. Okay. Wow. We got the what do you call it? The what do they call this guy? The research. Yeah, RD2. Titanium and platinum. Titanium bracelet. And you got platinum on the. Wait, is it? I'm sorry. No. What is it? It's where's the platinum? The platinum is the bracelet. I got it confused. Okay, which one is which? It's titanium and platinum. I think I forgot what it was. I think it was what the titanium is on the bezel. I don't know. Is it the somebody? Okay, we got to find out. I remember it was one of the two. It's kind of an interesting watch, you know. It's kind of interesting. I think these are going for like low hundreds right now. Whatever. Let's get to the interesting stuff. One of the ugliest watches ever made, the Audemars Piguet Cobra. These prices, again, we've done a number of videos on this. prices have gone through the roof on the classic version, the basic version. The basic version, which is not with this day and date. This is kind of a hot mess. This watch, 30 to 50,000. They couldn't give this away a few years ago, and this is 1989, so it's already past the really the. I mean, this is a watch that came out in the late 70s. You know, this is a 70s watch. They should not have been making this in 89. I mean, this is honest, pure trash. It's a dishonest design. This is something from the 70s. This should have been, put out of production by 1982. The fact that they did this in 89 shows that they're a bit lazy. And, the complication I think is useful. I'm a fan of it. I got, same complication, except I got the moon phase also. It's a JLC movement, right? JLC movement for sure. We know this. Look, I'm getting really annoyed with these catalog essays. I got to tell you something. The people in the watch departments at Christie's, all these auction houses, they're like the lowest IQ. They're the bottom of the totem pole. Again, the high IQ people are, writing the old masters catalogs. I mean, again, the hierarchy is this: old masters, impressionist, modern, contemporary art, and then I don't know, design, and then the watches is at the bottom. Maybe I don't know what's below watches. Maybe like their handbags or some bullshit. I mean, this is embarrassing. I'm going to read this to you. This is how bad this is. This superb and heavy solid white gold version with flexible and stunning blue diamond hour is one of the most luxurious examples ever. One of the most luxurious examples ever to be offered at auction. Okay, it's really embarrassing. Seriously, these come up at auction all the time. This is a dog with fleas. It is a dog with fleas. And the fact that somebody wrote this essay, is Chat GPT writing this garbage? I mean, it's embarrassing. Okay, let's go back to Gerald Genta. So our good friends at, Future Grail have a yellow gold version of this watch coming up at auction. Also in Singapore, 1994. White gold. It's a minute repeater perpetual calendar, 70 to 120. I think a Future Grail is at around 50 to 7. And again, we don't know. Those are estimates. We don't know what it's going to sell for. Again, this is white gold. They're at yellow gold. I think the yellow gold is the way to go, frankly, for this watch. I don't know why this is such a high estimate. Interesting. Possibly unique. This is a possibly unique chronograph. Beautiful watch. Wow. I mean, this is a beautiful watch. Skeletonized. I don't love this engraving stuff. It's a little bit too Baroque for me. A little too gaudy. The engraving that they have here. I mean, it's a little bit tacky. It's kind of like, it's tacky. It's kind of like those tattoos, bad tattoos. I don't know who this is. I think I might know who this is. Is this the Koskesh? I don't know who that is. Anyway, I think I know who it is. Okay, so let's take a look, right? By the way, that's right. Speaking of Koskesh, we just showed, of course, the Shah of Iran. Well, the Shah of Iran, Pahlavi, did have this watch, but without this day and date wheel. Again, this was $6,000 watch, and the price went bananas. You couldn't give this away for $6,000. Now these are going for 30 grand, $30,000 in a year, right? That tells you what's going on. Now, we have an auction coming up. We're going to be offering a Piaget dual time. That watch also is exploding in value. The price was 6 grand about a year ago, and guess where the price is now? One went for 18,000. I got to show this. I got to show you guys this because you need to know where the future is going. I want to show you something. Hang on, let me just bring this up. Let me bring this up here because this is going to be an amazing watch that we have coming up in the dial market auction, and it is right here. Oh shit, the photo is it's out of focus. I don't know what is it low res? Okay, we had a video today. We had this. Okay, so this watch, guys, this watch was going for about $6,000-$7,000 at auction a couple of years, just about a year ago. A year ago, this is a Piaget Asprey dual time, and one sold for, I think, was it 16 or 18,000, about $18,000 US at Monaco Legends auction in Monaco in May. I think April or May. Was it May? April? And of course, that auction sets the pace for the market because that's where all the Italian dealers go to that auction. The Italians really drive the market. They drive the taste for watches. They have for the last 30 years. So you got to go where the Italians are going. Okay. So again, follow what the Italian dealers are doing. That's where the market is heading. And the Italians are going big on the Piaget in general, the Piaget dual time. This is a very rare watch. We're going to have this at an $11,000 starting price. So if you can steal this watch in our auction and you can pick this up for, I don't know, let's say you get it for 12 grand plus premium, you're going to be very, very happy. I believe that watch is going to be a $30,000 watch. Again, my opinion only. This is not investment advice. Do your own due diligence, as they say. Okay, back to this AP. Beautiful design, classic, right? 15 to 25,000. $15,000 to $25,000. You know what? This could be a good price. This could be a good deal on this watch. If it sells cheap, it could be a good deal. Pretty interesting, right? 15. Again, it's really, think of it as $20,000 basically. 37 millimeter platinum diamond set. Where are the diamonds? Oh, the diamonds are on the little baby diamonds. You can't even see them by the hour markers. This is a nice looking watch. I'm curious what this is going to sell for. It could go either way. It could go either people are really going to love it or hate it. I don't know. We haven't seen that around, and it's not really that popular of a movement, right? Vacheron, of course. We know of another Vacheron. No, not a Vacheron. It's an Audemars Piguet Perpetual coming up at Phillips from the famous collection of Al Goldstein, the famous pornographer, major watch collector. I think Ben Clymer at Hodinkee is actually his illegitimate son, very possibly. Al Goldstein was a major watch collector, publisher of Screw Mag, or I don't think you couldn't call it a magazine. Screw was a newspaper. It was like a pornographic newspaper. And of course, also the Midnight Blue cable show, which was, you can find old episodes on YouTube. Highly recommend you check it out. Great for, sharing with the family and all that. Thanksgiving, you watch old episodes of Midnight Blue with wife and kids, your parents. Amazing. All right, so especially the reviews. Wow, we got there's some great deals on pocket watches at these sales coming up. Think about this. I hate the way Vacheron does the perpetual calendar, by the way. I really hate this thing where they have the whole leap year thing all in one. It's so annoying. I'm not going to look at it because I just don't want to look at that. It just bothers me the way they do that. Okay, So, Breguet pocket watch. But the problem is this is a new one. This is modern production. Nicholas Hayek. I mean, I don't know. It's a quarter repeating pocket watch with moon phase, 100 to 200. I don't know. I think this is you know what? This is a hard pass. That's a hard pass. That watch is a hard pass. It's some much better deals. If you're looking at pocket watches, some great deals right now. Nice looking Patek, right? Calatrava, modern look. Yeah, you really don't want to have a date. You don't want to have a date window. It's supposed to be an elegant watch. You know, I think there's better values out there for Patek. It's going to be what, 30, 50,000 estimate? That's a pass. I'd rather get a vintage 60s one. Let's take a look. What else we got? I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. That's what I say. If anybody wants to join on the panel, I know a lot of people are very nervous. A lot of people are intimidated by this channel. They're intimidated. Ooh, wow. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Okay. This catalog description is embarrassing. I mean, it's an embarrassment to Christie's. Audemars, an extremely rare and mesmerizing. Who writes this bullshit? Who writes this stuff? I don't understand this. I'm a little bit sensitive actually to some of this language used because, I got issues, dealing with certain, regulatory authorities in Canada. Where I write a press release, these guys want to change words, censorship, whatever. They would not let me use a word like mesmerizing, and they would say it's over promotional. That's what they would say. It's unbelievable. Thank God Donald Trump is back in office. Thank God. Man, this is okay. Wow. Now this is interesting. Google it. Lucerne. This is what? This is a Audemars Piguet, right? Oh yeah, Audemars Piguet for a Gubelin. This is, by the way, this is a historically important watch. This could be a major. This thing could get a crazy price. This thing could get this is an important watch. So you got a jump hour, right? You got a jump hour. But what makes this interesting is it's made by Audemars Piguet. And back then, the 20s, early, even up until the 40s and 50s, really the watchmakers, they didn't put, some of them, it was really the retailer that put their name on the dial because, people didn't really know these brands. They knew the retailer, not the brand. And look at this. Gubelin is kind of like, they're like, I don't want to use the word Tiffany because they're really they're a watch retailer, but they're the, I'm trying to think who'd be an equivalent, but that's a major prestigious watch retailer. Gubelin, Lucerne, beautiful little city on the water, on the lake. 1926, 8 to 12,000 estimate. This seems very low. That's the movement. Wow, what a nice. Here's the crazy thing. It says Gubelin on the back. I mean, that's how little they thought of Audemars Piguet. Crazy. Historically important watch. Keep your eye on that. So yeah, so this is so there's some historical pieces here. Wow, look at this funky Rolex, ugly. Oh, I hate these lugs here. These are so ugly. I know people who like this. This is so ugly. They look like some sort of insect. Fancy lugs, they're calling it. Pink gold, very nice. 1944, 8 to 12,000. Okay, nice watch. Ugly lugs though. Now speaking of some beautiful Rolex, uh, this could get some crazy price. This is what is this? Is is this a screw down? Yeah, Oyster Perpetual, 1956. Oyster Perpetual. You got this, one of these interesting bracelets that they were making. Black lacquer dial. 1956, 20 to 40,000. I got to tell you, I think this is much more historically important than this Jasper dial. For 20 to 40, I think this is the way to go. This could get some, I don't know, what can this get? This could get, I would say this is a much better value. This could, this is a winner. This is historically, this is going to be an important watch. And it looks beautiful, timeless, and elegant. It's a classic watch. We got another one, very similar again, but this one has stars. It's like the stellene. You got the honeycomb dial, the stars, like the stellene, right? 80 to 160,000. You know what? The other one I think is the better watch. I don't know what's so great about this. The other is much more unusual and beautiful. Okay, let's go to Patek Philippe pocket watches. Real quick detour here. What is this? Look at this. This is very similar, right? This looks like their new perpetual calendar. This inline type of look. But you know what? On a pocket watch, I think it's kind of okay, right? And this was really ahead of its time. Look at this. This is what, 1950s? Minute repeater. Look at this case. Beautiful. Modernist. This is 60s? It's got to be 60s. What year is this? 67. There you go. No, I'm wrong. Oh, this is one of these weird combination deals. So the movement was manufactured in 1924, completed 1963, and they put it in the case in 67. So the movement, they started it, then they finally, it took them 40 years basically to make this watch. I mean, it was sitting around. I guess the movement was sitting around on a shelf somewhere. Let me read this catalog note. Yes, reminiscent of the 3448. Because they were both made by the same guy, the 3448 Perpetual. Okay. The movement for this watch was produced by Patek in 1924, but only completed in the 60s, 40 years later. The movements are from contemporary production. Sometimes watch from historic stock held for decades in safe storage. The movement belongs to an important group of complicated movements manufactured in the 20s. They manufactured these in the 20s, but not finished and sold till later due to the economic crash after the Great Depression. So they were never cased but remained in stock until Mr. Phillipe Stern decided to finish and case a small number of these historic movements. Include 2 grand complications, blah, blah, blah. I think that's fascinating. I think that's really fascinating. So Phillipe Stern, that's the father. That's the real guy, by the way. Phillipe Stern was the main guy. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, Phillipe Stern was really the guy that put Patek Philippe on the map. Okay, that's the real guy. Not his father, and not this new guy that they have, the son. It's the previous guy. That's the guy that was responsible for all the great success of that company. So wow, it's amazing, right? So they came up with this movement in the 20s, and I don't know, the watch market wasn't so hot. The watch market wasn't so hot, so it sat around, and finally in the 60s, Philippe Stern comes around and says, "Hey, you know what? Let's take this movement and pop it into a modern-looking case." And there you go. Modern looking case. Same guy who made the 3448. This is beautiful. So sexy. What a sexy case. 100 to 200,000. I think that's worth every penny. The movement. Unbelievable, but true. That's right. The movement. Roger Smith. I don't understand this guy. This is some hype, British hype. Again, you're independent watchmaker. 200 to 450,000 Swiss francs. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't understand Roger Smith, to be honest. I mean, it's the hand finished, whatever. Isle of Man, Roger Smith, number 3. I don't believe this hype about these watch. I don't really see. I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on this Roger Smith stuff and some of these Philippe Dufour. I'm not sold on that stuff. Really not. FP Journe. I mean, this is what a dog with fleas this is. Wandering Hours. Breguet. Oh, look at this. What is this? Weird. Titanium minute repeating petite sonnerie carry-on wristwatch with two-tone dial. Wow, this is some crazy watch. So this makes little sounds, right? Grand sonnerie. And you can adjust the sound, all right? You can adjust when it makes it a little ding, 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 ding. The dial is the dial is so ugly. 120,000 to 220,000, 1999. I mean, what a shame that they did such an ugly dial for that watch. I mean, it's a real shame. It's really tragic. Daniel Roth, very hot, so we know this is going to do well. Daniel Roth, Tourbillon, $30,000 to $60,000, double-sided, date in the back, power reserve. I mean, very ahead of its time. Beautiful watch. I mean, the stripes, the pinstripes, beautiful. 1995. I think Daniel Roth is a good buy. One more Piguet. Let's see. Oh, this is one of our favorite watches, the Perpetual. Yeah, I missed the boat on these. They really took off. Except I like the regular ones, not this. Not the skeleton. Let's take a look. I don't know. This engraving stuff I find it too, just a little bit too baroque, a little bit too kitschy, tacky. It's kitschy and it's tacky. And Patek loves that stuff. I mean, but they have no taste. That's the problem. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Oh, this is Patek jewelry. Hard pass. Let's see. Oh, we got a shaped card. These are going bananas, these watches, right? I mean, this is like a joke. I mean, this is a watch you would not have been able to give away a couple of years ago. I mean, it's a dog with fleas. Uh, it was a dog with fleas then. It's still a dog with fleas. But, people are really hyping this up like it's some sort of, I don't know, the second coming or something. I mean, it is pure trash. 30 to 50,000 is the estimate for this. Anybody who buys this watch, they have no taste. It's that guy. Was that guy Mike Nouveau or something? That deadbeat, that lowlife on TikTok. I mean, that guy. I mean, this is what he's into. He's hyping these watches because he doesn't know any better. I mean, look at this guy. He's covered in tattoos, like some sort of lowlife. All right, we got incredible watcher, the Rolex, the Stelline, my favorite Rolex. Triple calendar, day, date, moon phase, the little stars, the moon. And this was owned by the CEO of American Airlines, Gordon Bethune. Okay. Oh, geez. Look at this catalog description. An exceedingly rare and outstandingly well preserved. Not just, it's outstandingly well preserved. Gordon Bethune. So these went through auction, I think, a couple times, right? Oh, I like this. Oh, this is interesting. Should you wish to bid on the slot, you'll be required to obtain a high value paddle. Oh, is that a new thing? So in other words, like that's like a VIP paddle. Like the peasants have the regular paddle, but the guys bidding on the stuff, the $1 million stuff, whatever, they get a special paddle. It's probably like a different color. It's probably black or something. I don't know. So when you have that, everybody knows you're a player because, I mean, they're not going to give you that paddle unless they check your financials. Yeah, Christie's is not going to give you that unless they look at your bank statements. They all do that KYC stuff, know your customer nonsense. It's really annoying now. Continental Airlines. That was the guy, not American Airlines. Continental Airlines. So this watch has been sold at auction like how many times? Whew. 4 or 5 times. I mean, 5 times at least in the last 10 years. It's just like, it's got a lot of mileage. I'm not sure. I don't know what it went for. I don't know but a million two. I don't know. That seems like a lot. They might be disappointed. I mean, this is a great example. $1.2 million to $2 million. So it's at the high end. This would be. It could go for $3 million. But is it worth? I mean, again, when you have a stupid Daytona going for 15 million, why can't this go for 3 million? I guess this is a far better watch, superior in every way. Who is this guy? Thomas Engel, 1980. I don't know. Breguet vibes. Wow, beautiful back. Look at that. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. Oh, and you got a little B. You have a little B over. You know what? This whole watch, it's worth buying it just for this B. This is one of the most beautiful. This is the most beautiful back I have ever seen. This is better than J-Lo. I'll tell you that. I mean, this is stunning. Look at this. Look at the detail. Oh, the engine. This is an absolute work of art. Look at these little stars, the way they're like. This is the most beautiful watch in this auction. The back, at least, anyway. The front, whatever. It's okay. Actually, let's take a look. Thomas Engel. I don't know this guy. Let me look. This would be interesting to learn more. This is an opportunity. I mean, this is okay, right? 15 to 25,000 observatory model. Okay, let's see the catalog notes. Thomas Engel, 1927 to 2015, was an inventor, author, watch aficionado, collector, maker, international leader in the field of research in polymers. He has around 120 patents on organic chemistry. Well, this guy's like a renaissance man. Diesel Prize. He won with Werner von Braun. That's the rocket guy. Also, by the way, a Nazi, Werner von Braun, the rocket scientist, was a prominent SS. I think was he a member of the SS? I mean, the guy was basically a war criminal. The fact that Werner von Braun didn't end up hanging was simply because America needed rocket scientists. So Professor Engel was not only famous, but also a passionate self-taught maker of technically outstanding timepieces. Wow, this guy made this watch. Wow. Wow. I mean, this is a piece of history, right? So he's an expert. He's a big connoisseur of Breguet. From what I'm reading here, he made this watch, right? I mean, this guy's like a Leonardo da Vinci. He's a Leonardo da Vinci. 100%. I'm not exaggerating. Why? Because Leonardo da Vinci was not only a great engineer. I mean, this guy really great inventor, but he was a great artist. He had style and taste. And this guy, Engel, 100%. Look at that. To do this little B, I mean, that's that little gesture with the little stars, the way they're kind of spread out like that, thinking about where to put them. This guilloche in the back, the engine. This is magnificent. This back of the watch is like this is the most beautiful watch in the auction. And the fact that it was done by just a guy, just a random dude who it was a hobby for him, making watches. Look, this is why I'm doing these live streams. It gives me an opportunity to learn about stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this. All right, let's see. We've seen this stuff. Patek. Okay. We've seen this. Okay, here we go. Here comes some interesting stuff. Let's do another pocket watch, actually. Split-second chronograph repeater. Look at this modern case again. Wait, manufactured in 1905? No way. I don't believe this. They're saying this was manufactured in 1905. This looks so modern. Something can't be right here. Perpetual calendar, minute repeater. What? Oh, okay, of course. The original case was replaced during a... Okay, so I think they replaced the case. Maybe the dial. I don't know. Okay, again, this is one of these long stories. Manufactured in manufactured in 1905. The watch was sold in 1911. Okay, and so this dial, the dial in the case was put on in 1980. That makes sense. And I'm assuming the hands also, right? The hands look very modern. So that you got a modern case, modern dial, and you get 100-year-old move. Basically, you got a... I mean, this is amazing. You got it's almost like you're taking a Model T Ford. No, it's not a fair comparison because it's like you're taking a... I think it's almost like you're taking like a Lamborghini Countach, right? You know, the 80s Lamborghini Countach, but then you put in a modern engine. It's kind of a reverse of this because, you know, these pocket watches, the movement is, you know, it's just as good or doesn't really change much. It's not like the new car engines, brakes, all that technology. I mean, the technology didn't change much. I don't think it did, unless somebody wants to correct me. But okay, what is this? Rolex. Oh, we get another triple calendar in steel. Very rare. Yeah, it is rare. Is this the original bracelet? I don't know. It's like the stellene, right? It's the triple calendar. I don't know. It doesn't have that charm. I don't know why it doesn't have that same charm. Okay, again, the catalog essay. Very appealing representative of this rarefied, attractive, and extremely sought-after model. I mean, all these guys in these watch departments, unless it's the same guy writing all the catalogs, but they're all like doing this nonsense. It's really like embarrassing, honestly. For them, not for me. Okay, we got a JLC Tourbillon. What is this? 24-hour display. Let's just take a quick look. Wow. Wow. Look at that. I mean, again, I'm not really a tourbillon guy. I don't really care, but that's a nice tourbillon. What does it do? It's useless. I mean, what does it do? It makes the watch slightly more accurate? I don't know. Look how big it is. It kind of rotates. This is like a 3D tourbillon, right? I mean, the gear. Oof. Beautiful. I mean, the dial is like modern, beautiful. I mean, it's cool. 2008. This is ahead of its time, honestly. Spherical tourbillon. That's it. Hey, if you're going to do a tourbillon, it's got to be a spherical tourbillon. Wow. We got the Chinese Cartier, the Chinois 2023. Brand new. It's not bad, right? The problem with this, again, I don't know. I'm kind of over this stuff. I mean, look, Cartier, guys, I'm telling you right now, this is it. We have seen the top in Cartier. Mark this video. We have seen the top in Cartier. The top in Cartier is in. It's in like Flynn. That's it. Cartier. It's time to move on. The prices are ridiculous. It's not worth it. It's just a, mass produced brand, basically. Don't believe the hype. If you weren't buying Cartier, 5 years ago, you're too late. I mean, really, you're too late. You're going to be you're chasing. You're like a dog chasing after something that's already up by, it's done. It's a pumped up, hyped up market. It's over. Guys, you're going to end up holding the bag. Anybody that buys Cartier now is going to be holding the bag. You're going to be bag hodlers. Speaking of Cartier, we had the video. We saw the video of Al Goldstein. He had a Cartier like this. And this is an old one, but I think his was obviously modern. He's not a guy buying vintage stuff, but yeah, in one of his videos, always 2 watches on the wrists. MBNF, Kari Voutilainen. Legacy Machine 2014. Whatever. No, it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's look at the way they create these special cases. I mean, MB&F does, you know, they're very inventive. They really, you're getting your money's worth with MB&F. I don't like their fonts that they use. A couple little things, but you know, they do make a real effort, unlike a lot of these other brands. Let me take a quick peek. We missed something here. You know, I really like this watch. I'm just waiting for the prices to drop. The Day-Date Meteor, 30 to 50,000. So, Day-Date Meteorite, baguette markers. I'm waiting for the price to drop to like under 50. It's just the dial is amazing. I mean, the watch is whatever. It's just, you know, it's a Rolex, but nice. Let's see. Okay, we've seen this. Okay, nothing special here. That's it. That's it. I mean, oh, this is kind of weird. Stella dial. So you got this lacquer baby green. They're calling it baby green. Is it a jade? No, it's not a jade. It's like a pistachio green. Pistachio green with diamonds, white gold. 60 to 100. I mean, it's really like, again, it's a watch you wouldn't be able to give away a couple of years ago. This one is much better, right? You got, again, Stella dial. But look how clean this one looks. It's rose gold, right? Pink gold. Now, this is a nice looking watch. But whatever. I mean, we've seen so many of these. All right, guys. So that wraps it up. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you all on the next one.